I thought my marriage was strong until Claire looked at me over dinner and said, "I need to meet Ryan tonight." I put down my fork. "Ryan, my ex-husband. I heard you. I'm asking why." She folded her hands. "He needs my help." "With what?" "His career." I asked, "How is that our problem?" "It isn't our problem." "Then why are you involved?" "Because I can help him recover." I stared at her. "You're serious?" "Yes." "After everything he did?" Her eyes hardened. "He made mistakes. That doesn't mean I should watch him destroy his life. He tried to destroy our relationship." "I know. He called you for months after we married." "I know. He told you I was temporary." "I remember. And now you want to meet him alone at night?" She sighed. "It's professional. Professional meetings happen during the day. He asked me to meet tonight." "And you agreed?" "Yes." The answer landed harder than I expected. I pushed my chair back. "Why do you need to be alone with him?" "Because he needs someone who understands him." I felt something inside me crack. "Understands him?" "Yes. I'm your husband, Claire. Don't you think I understand you?" She looked away. "This isn't about you." "That's exactly what scares me. You're making this bigger than it is." "Am I?" "Yes. Ryan needs advice. I know his industry. I know what happened. I can tell him how to rebuild his reputation. And you think I should just smile and let you go?" "I think you should trust me." "I did trust you." "You still can." "Then tell me one thing. Why does he need you at night?" She hesitated. That hesitation hurt more than any answer. "He said he can't discuss everything over the phone," she finally said. I shook my head. "You know how this looks." "I don't care how it looks." "You should. I care about helping someone who is struggling." "Someone?" She frowned. "Say his name." I said. "Ryan." "You still care about him?" "I care about his situation." "Is that the truth?" "Yes." I stood and walked toward the window. "Claire, I never asked you to choose between me and your past. I only asked you to leave the past where it belongs. I'm not going back to him." "Then why does this feel like you already left me?" She stared at me for several seconds. "I have to go." I turned around. "That's it. I'll be home later. Before you leave, listen to me." She stopped. "If you're willing to save his career, then come home and save our marriage first." Her expression changed. "I'm not choosing Ryan over you." "Then prove it." "I can't cancel now." "You can. He needs me tonight." "And what do I need?" She said nothing. "Apparently, that can wait." "That isn't fair." "Neither is this." She picked up her bag. "Claire." She looked at me. "If you walk out that door for him, something between us will never be the same." Her lips trembled slightly. "I'm sorry." Then she left. I stood alone in the quiet apartment, listening to the elevator doors close. Then her phone buzzed on the kitchen counter. I stared at the screen. A message appeared. "Ryan." I shouldn't have touched it. I did. The message was short. "Tonight, don't tell your husband what really happened between us. He still believes you left me for him. Let's keep it that way." I stared at the screen again. Suddenly, Claire's words sounded different. "Professional. Only about his career." I looked toward the closed door. "No," I whispered. "You lied to me." And for the first time since I married Claire, I wondered whether I had ever truly known my wife. I sat down and kept staring at the message. Maybe there was an explanation. Maybe Ryan was trying to create trouble. Maybe Claire had another reason for hiding the truth. I wanted to believe every possibility except the obvious one. My phone rang. It was Claire. I answered immediately. "Did you forget something?" I asked. There was silence. Then she said, "My phone. I found it. I'm coming back." "Why?" "Because I need it." "Claire, who is Ryan?" "What do you mean?" "I saw his message." Another silence. "What message?" "The one telling you not to tell me what really happened between you." Her breathing changed. "Listen to me," she said. "No. You listen to me. It isn't what you think." "Then tell me what it is." "I can't explain over the phone." "You had no problem explaining that you were saving his career. Please trust me. I trusted you when you walked out. I'll be home soon. Bring the truth with you." She hung up. I looked at the screen again. My anger was still there, but underneath it was something worse. Fear. I had spent years believing my marriage was built on honesty. Now one message had turned every memory into a question. I whispered, "What happened between you and Ryan?" I had no answer, but I knew one thing. When Claire came home, I would not ask her to choose me. I would ask her to tell me the truth. Claire came home just before midnight. I was still sitting at the kitchen table. She stopped when she saw me. "You're awake." "I've been waiting." She put her phone down. "For what?" "The truth." Her expression tightened. We already talked about this. No. You talked. I listened. You read my private messages. I saw one message. Without permission. You left your phone on the table. That doesn't make it yours. I know. Then why are you acting like I betrayed you? I looked at her. Because Ryan said something you refused to explain. She crossed her arms. What exactly did he say? I unlocked my phone and showed her the message. She read it. She still understands me better than anyone. I watched her face. Claire. She looked away. Explain it. It means nothing. How can that mean nothing? Ryan is emotional. He was upset. Upset enough to talk about you like you're still his wife. I told you. We were discussing his career. Then why does he think you understand him better than anyone? Because I worked with him for years. You were married to him for years. And that doesn't mean I still love him. I never said love. You're thinking it. I'm thinking you're hiding something. She slammed her bag onto the chair. You invaded my privacy, accused me of cheating, and now you want me to prove I'm innocent. I want an explanation. I don't owe you every detail of every conversation. You're my wife. And I'm still allowed to have privacy. I stared at her. I trusted you enough to let you go tonight. I went because someone needed help. You went because Ryan needed you. Yes. The answer was immediate. I swallowed. And what about me? What about you? When do you need me? She frowned. What kind of question is that? A simple one. I don't understand. I understand Ryan needs your advice. I understand he needs your contacts. I understand you feel responsible for his future. I paused. But I don't understand why you never seem worried about ours. Her eyes softened for a moment. Then she looked away. I'm tired. That's convenient. Don't start. I'm not starting anything. You are. No. I'm trying to stop myself from saying something I'll regret. She picked up her phone. Then don't say anything. I stood. Fine. She looked surprised. I grabbed my jacket. Where are you going? Out. At this hour? I need space. You're leaving because I won't explain? I'm leaving because I don't trust myself to stay calm. She followed me to the door. Come back when you've cooled down. I turned. I hope you're telling the truth, Claire. Then I walked out. I drove without knowing where I was going. Eventually, I stopped outside a small 24-hour cafe. Daniel found me there an hour later. He sat across from me. You look terrible. Thanks. You want to tell me what happened? My wife went to meet her ex. Daniel stopped smiling. Ryan. I nodded. And? She says it was business. And you believe her? I want to. That's different. I looked down at my coffee. I found a message. What kind? Ryan said she still understands him better than anyone. Daniel was silent. Then he said, you know what I think? I'm afraid to ask. Sometimes a marriage doesn't collapse because of one betrayal. I looked at him. It collapses because one person keeps choosing someone else. His words stayed with me. I don't know what to do. You already know. No, I don't. You're waiting for Claire to make the decision for you. I love her. I know. I don't want to throw away my marriage because of one suspicious message. Then don't. What should I do? Watch what she does. I frowned. Words can lie. Actions usually don't. I returned home just after sunrise. Claire was already there. She stood in the kitchen, making coffee. Morning, she said. I stared at her. Morning. She shrugged. What else should I say? Maybe we should talk. About last night. Yes. I thought you needed space. I did. She handed me a cup. I'm sorry. I looked at her. For what? For making you worry. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have. Before I could respond, her phone rang. She glanced at it. Who is it? Work. She answered. Yes. I watched her listen. Then her expression brightened. That's wonderful. She ended the call. What happened? Ryan got an opportunity. What opportunity? A major contract. I felt my stomach tighten. How? One of my professional contacts recommended him. You recommended him? I connected them. Why? Because I felt responsible for his future. I stared at her. Then I asked quietly, what do you feel responsible for when it comes to our marriage? She froze. I don't understand. You understand perfectly. Don't turn this into something else. I'm asking a simple question. I don't know. You don't know? No. That answer hurt more than anger would have. I walked away. Later that afternoon, I opened the shared calendar we used for appointments. I was looking for a dentist appointment when I noticed several entries. Dinner, business meeting, consultation. Every appointment had the same initials. RH. I checked the dates. 1 week. Then 2. Then 3. My hands went cold. Claire hadn't met Ryan once. She had been meeting him for weeks. I opened the calendar again. There were 9 meetings. 9. I stared at the screen. Then I whispered, "You said it was only tonight." The lie was no longer a suspicion. It had dates. It had times. It had places. And suddenly, Ryan's message made perfect sense. I wasn't looking at one hidden meeting. I was looking at a secret relationship that had already been happening behind my back. I closed the calendar. For the first time, I wasn't angry. I was calm. And that scared me more. Because I finally understood Daniel's warning. Maybe my marriage wasn't collapsing because of Ryan. Maybe it was collapsing because Claire kept choosing him. And I had finally stopped pretending not to see it. I moved into the guest room that night. Claire noticed the next morning. "Why are you sleeping in here?" "Because I need space." "You're angry with me." "I'm hurt." "That sounds like anger." "Maybe it is." She stood in the doorway. "Are you seriously going to punish me?" "I'm not punishing you." "Then what is this?" "Protecting myself." She stared at me. "From your wife. From what I'm becoming around you." "What does that mean?" "It means I stopped begging." Her face tightened. "Begging for what?" "For you to choose me." "I never asked you to beg." "No. You just kept choosing him." "That isn't fair." I looked at her calmly. "Because I finally understood that I can't compete with someone you keep choosing." She stepped back. "You think I'm choosing Ryan? Your actions are making that choice for you." "I'm helping him." "You've been helping him for weeks." "Because he needed me. And I needed my wife." "I am still your wife." "Being married to me and choosing me aren't always the same thing." She shook her head. "You've changed." "I had to." "You used to fight for us." "I did. And now?" "Now I'm fighting for myself." She looked angry. "So you're giving up?" "No." "Then what are you doing?" "I'm watching." "Watching what?" "What you do when I stop begging you to stay." She said nothing. I returned to my room and closed the door. For the first time, I didn't feel the need to chase after her. That silence became my answer. Claire came home late almost every night. "He has another meeting," she would say. Or, "I need to help him prepare." Or, "This could save his company." I stopped asking questions, even when every answer frightened me more now than before. One evening, she noticed. "You're not asking where I'm going." "No." "Why?" "Because I already know." "You don't know everything." "I know enough." She stared at me. "I miss the man who cared." "I still care." "Then why don't you act like it?" "Because caring doesn't mean destroying myself." She looked down. "I never wanted that." "Then stop making me choose between loving you and respecting myself." She walked away. The next afternoon, I received an unfamiliar call. "Is this Daniel?" "No. This is his friend. My name is Emma." "How do you know me?" "I worked with Ryan." I sat straighter. "What do you want?" "To tell you something about his career collapse." "I'm listening." "Ryan didn't lose everything by accident." "What are you saying?" "He created the crisis." "That's impossible." "I knew you'd say that." "Ryan lost his position after a major scandal." "I know. He was publicly blamed." "I know that too." "Then why would he destroy himself?" "Because he knew Claire would rescue him." I went silent. "You're saying he planned everything?" "Yes." "Why?" "Because he knew exactly how your wife would react." I didn't want to believe her. "Do you have proof?" "Yes." "Send it." "I will." A few minutes later, several files appeared on my phone. I opened the first document. It was a company registration record. The registration date was 3 months before Ryan's public scandal. I frowned. "Emma." "Yes." "This company existed before he lost his job." "Exactly." I opened another file. It showed Ryan transferring money into the new company. Another document listed employees. Another showed office rental payments. My hands became cold. He had everything ready. Yes. Before the collapse. Yes. Why? To make Claire think he had nowhere else to go. I stared at the screen. Emma continued. "He knew she would feel responsible. She told me she was helping because she felt responsible for his future. That was the plan." I stood and walked to the window. "No." "What?" "I don't want to believe this." "I understand. Maybe there's another explanation." "There isn't." "How can you be sure?" "Because I helped prepare one of those documents." I turned. "You worked for him?" "Yes." "And you knew?" "I didn't know the whole plan at first. I only realized after he asked me to backdate a proposal." "Did you?" "No." "That's why you left?" "Yes." I looked again at the files. Everything suddenly connected. The scandal. The emergency. Claire's guilt. The late-night meetings. The new contract. The company already waiting behind the curtain. Ryan hadn't been trying to rebuild his old career. He had been building a new one, and he had used my wife to do it. I called Emma again. Why are you telling me this now? Because I saw what he was doing to you. Why help me? Because Ryan has done this before. My stomach tightened. What do you mean? He creates a crisis, makes someone feel responsible, and then becomes impossible to leave. I closed my eyes. Claire wasn't helping a broken man. She was helping a man who had built the brokenness on purpose. When I opened my eyes, I felt something different. Not rage, not jealousy, certainty. I finally understood why begging had never worked. Claire wasn't being pulled away from me by accident. Someone had designed the distance, and Ryan had been waiting for her to walk straight into it. I looked at my phone and whispered, "You chose the wrong man to manipulate." Then I looked toward the bedroom door. This time, I wasn't going to beg Claire to come back. I was going to find out how far Ryan's plan went. I found Ryan outside his office the next afternoon. He saw me and smiled. "You came. I wanted answers. About Claire. About everything." He adjusted his jacket. "You should ask your wife." I did. And she lied. Ryan smiled wider. "Maybe she lied because she didn't want to hurt you. Did she tell you that?" "She didn't have to." I stepped closer. "You planned this." His smile faded slightly. "You have no idea what you're talking about. Your company was registered before your scandal." He went quiet. "You prepared everything before losing your position. That doesn't prove anything. It proves you had a plan. Everyone has plans. Not everyone creates a crisis to execute one." Ryan laughed softly. "You're jealous." "No." "You're afraid." "No." "You're afraid Claire still cares about me." I stared at him. He smiled again. "She never truly stopped caring about me." I felt anger rise, but I kept my voice calm. "Then answer one question." "Go ahead. If you only needed her professionally, why did you hide your meetings from me?" His expression changed. Only for a second, but I saw it. "You're her husband," he said. "You wouldn't understand. Try me." "She came because she wanted to." "Why?" "Because she still has feelings." I shook my head. "You expect me to believe that because you said it?" "You know your wife." "I know her better than you think." "Then ask yourself why she kept coming back." "I will." I turned away. Ryan called after me. "You can't compete with history." I stopped. "I don't need to." Then I walked away. Emma met me that evening. I found more records. She placed a folder on the table. "What is it?" "Payments, investor notes, internal emails." I opened the first page. Ryan had listed Claire as a future strategic partner. I frowned. She never agreed to this. I know. The next document was worse. An investor memo stated that Claire would eventually join Ryan's company. Why would they believe that? Because Ryan told them. I looked at Emma. He was using her name. Exactly. Another page showed projected growth based on Claire's professional reputation. He built the company around her. He built the company around what people believed she would bring. I closed my eyes. Then I opened another document. There were meeting schedules, investor calls, company plans. Everything connected back to Claire. I looked at Emma. "We need to show her." "Yes." I drove home. Claire was sitting in the living room. She looked up. "Where were you?" "With Emma." Her face changed. "Why?" "Because she worked with Ryan." Claire stood. "What did she tell you?" "Everything." "I can explain." "Then explain this." I placed the documents on the table. She picked them up. Her eyes moved across the pages. "This isn't possible. Read the dates." She did. "He registered the company before the scandal." "Yes." "He already had investors." "Yes." "He told them I would join him." "Yes." Claire sat down. "I never agreed to that." "I know." She kept reading. "I thought he needed help. He needed your reputation." She looked at me. "I didn't know." "I believe you." Her eyes filled with tears. "Then why do you look at me like that?" "Because there is something you knew." She became still. "What?" "You knew he still had feelings for you." She looked down. "How long?" "I knew." "You knew and still met him." Claire covered her face. "I thought I could control the situation." "You couldn't." "I never wanted anything to happen." "Intentions don't erase choices." She looked at me. "I never betrayed you. You had 9 meetings. Because I knew you'd misunderstand. You knew I'd be hurt." "Yes." "And you went anyway." "I thought I was helping him." "You were." Her voice broke. "I made a mistake." "You made several." "I love you." I looked away. "Don't say that because you're scared." "I'm saying it because it's true." "Then why did I have to find out everything myself?" She had no answer. I waited. Finally, she whispered, I don't know. That answer hurt. She moved closer. Please. I stepped back. Give me another chance. I need time. How much? I don't know. Please don't leave me. I haven't decided to leave. Then stay. I can't pretend everything is normal. I don't want normal. I want to fix this. I looked into her eyes. Then give me the truth, even when it hurts. I will. My phone suddenly rang. Emma. I answered. What's wrong? Ryan moved faster than we expected. What did he do? He contacted your wife's employer. My heart dropped. Why? He claims Claire misused confidential information while helping him. That's a lie. I know. Can you prove it? I'm trying. Claire stared at me. What happened? I put the phone on speaker. Emma continued. Ryan is also threatening to release documents suggesting Claire helped him obtain investors improperly. Claire went pale. He can't. He already sent them. I looked at her. What does this mean? My career could be destroyed. Emma added. There's more. I tightened my grip on the phone. What? Ryan included your name too. My blood went cold. Why? He claims you knew about the arrangement and benefited financially. Claire stared at me. I never told him anything about you. I know. I looked toward the documents scattered across the table. Ryan hadn't just wanted Claire. He wanted everything connected to her. Her reputation. Her career. And now, my future. I took a slow breath. Claire. Yes. This isn't about saving Ryan anymore. She nodded through tears. I know. I looked at the evidence again. Now we have to survive him. And for the first time, Claire reached for my hand. I let her. But I still didn't know whether I could trust her again. The first reporter reached Claire's office before 8 in the morning. By 9, there were dozens outside. My phone kept ringing. Claire finally answered. Where are you? At home. Please come here. Why? I need help. I closed my eyes. After everything that happened, hearing those words still affected me. I'm coming. When I arrived, cameras were everywhere. Claire, did you help Ryan secure illegal investments? Did you know about the company before his scandal? Did your husband know? Claire pushed through the crowd. Inside the building, she looked terrified. He did this, she whispered. I know. My career is over. Not yet. You don't understand. I understand enough. She looked at me. Why are you helping me? Because you're in trouble. After what I did to you. I'm not helping you because I forgot. Then why? Because I refused to become cruel, just because I was hurt. Her eyes filled with tears. I don't deserve you. Don't say that. It's true. We can talk about us later. Right now, we need evidence. Emma arrived carrying several folders. I brought everything. We moved into a private conference room. Emma placed the documents on the table. These prove Ryan planned the company before the scandal. Claire stared at them. What else? The investor records show he used your name without permission. I added. And I have our messages showing you never agreed to join his company. Claire looked at me. You saved those. I save important things. Her voice broke. I wish I had been more careful. I wish you had trusted me enough to tell me. I know. Emma opened another folder. This is the strongest evidence. What is it? Claire asked. Ryan's financial transfers. I leaned forward. Explain. He moved money into his new company before the scandal. Then he created the appearance that his old company was collapsing. Claire covered her mouth. He planned all of it. Yes. And I helped him. You were manipulated. But I still chose to meet him. Emma looked at her. That part is yours to face. Claire nodded. I know. We sent the evidence to the investigators. Within hours, the story changed. The reporters stopped asking whether Claire had helped Ryan. They started asking why Ryan had created a false business crisis. By evening, investors began pulling out. Ryan's company collapsed almost overnight. The next morning, the headlines were everywhere. Ryan had manipulated investors. Ryan had used Claire's reputation. Ryan had staged parts of his career collapse. The truth was finally public. Claire sat beside me, staring at the television. He ruined everything. I looked at her. He ruined his own life. But he destroyed mine too. You let him get close enough to do it. She nodded. I know. We sat quietly. Then she whispered, What happens to us? I didn't answer. She turned toward me. Please say something. What do you want me to say? That there is still a chance. I looked at her. Claire, forgiveness and reconciliation are not the same thing. She began crying. I finally understand what I destroyed. I stayed silent. I destroyed your trust. Yes. I destroyed the man who loved me. I looked down. You didn't destroy me. Then why do you look so broken? Because I lost something too. What? The person I used to be. She wiped her tears. You loved me so much. I did. And now? I don't know. She reached for my hand. I let her hold it for a moment. Is there still a chance for us? I looked into her eyes. I wanted to say yes. I wanted to say no. Instead, I said nothing. She slowly released my hand. That night, I couldn't sleep. I opened an old box in my closet. Inside were photographs, tickets, restaurant receipts, and a letter. Claire's handwriting was on the envelope. I opened it. It was from our first anniversary. I read the first line. You changed my life the day you chose me. I stopped. For several minutes, I couldn't continue. Then I read the rest. She had written about our first date, our first apartment, the night I proposed, the way she had promised never to make me question where I stood in her heart. I laughed bitterly. I believed every word. I pressed the letter against my chest. I wasn't only grieving my marriage. I was grieving the man who had written those promises beside her. The man who trusted without checking. The man who believed love could protect itself. I missed him. I missed the way he loved Claire. I missed the way he believed their future was certain. But that man was gone. I folded the letter carefully and put it back in the envelope. Then I whispered, I forgive you. The room felt strangely quiet. But I don't know if I can come back. For the first time, I understood something painful. Forgiving Claire didn't mean forgetting what happened. It meant refusing to let what happened turn me into someone I hated. I closed the box. Tomorrow, I would decide what came next. Tonight, I allowed myself to mourn. Not just my wife. Not just my marriage. But the man I used to be. 6 months had passed since Ryan's company collapsed. I had changed more than I expected. My life was quieter now. I had started working toward goals I had abandoned during my marriage. I spent mornings building my business, evenings reading, and weekends visiting Daniel. Claire had rebuilt her career too. Slowly. Honestly. She had refused shortcuts. She had earned every opportunity herself. Ryan, meanwhile, was facing legal consequences for fraud. One afternoon, Claire called me. Can we meet? I looked at the screen for several seconds. For what? One final conversation. I almost refused. Then I said, okay. We met at the cafe where Daniel had found me months earlier. Claire was already waiting. She stood when I arrived. Hi. Hi. You look well. I am. She smiled sadly. I'm glad. I sat down. What did you want to say? She took a breath. I finally understand. Understand what? Your warning. I looked at her. That night. She nodded. You told me. If you're willing to save his career, then come home and save our marriage first. I remember. I thought you were being controlling. I wasn't. I know that now. She lowered her eyes. I was so focused on saving Ryan's career that I forgot I was destroying our marriage. I said nothing. I kept telling myself I was helping someone. You were. But I ignored what it was costing you. Yes. She swallowed. I thought you'd wait. Why? Because you loved me. I looked at her. I did. I thought no matter how long I took, you'd still be there. I gave a small smile. That was your mistake. Her eyes filled with tears. I know. I did love you enough to wait. She looked at me. I continued. I just didn't love myself enough to keep waiting. She covered her mouth. I'm sorry. I know. Do you hate me? No. Not even a little. I was angry. And now I'm at peace. She looked down. I wish I could change everything. So do I. If I could go back. You can't. I know. She looked at me again. Have you forgiven me? Yes. Her face softened. Then maybe. I stopped her gently. Forgiveness doesn't mean returning to the past. She nodded slowly. I was hoping you'd say there was still a chance. I know. Is there? I looked outside the window. For once, I didn't feel torn. No. She closed her eyes. The answer hurt her. It hurt me too. But it didn't destroy either of us. Thank you for being honest, she whispered. I should have been honest sooner. So should I. We sat quietly. Then Claire said, I hope you're happy. I am. Without me. I smiled. Yes. She looked surprised. Then she smiled through her tears. I'm glad. We stood. She offered her hand. I shook it. Goodbye, Claire. Goodbye. I walked away. After a few steps, I heard her call my name. I turned. She stood outside the cafe. I really did love you. I nodded. I know. Then I kept walking. The strange thing was, I didn't feel victorious because Claire was hurting. I didn't want her ruined. I didn't want revenge. I didn't need her to suffer. My revenge had never been making Claire regret losing me. My victory was becoming someone who no longer needed her regret to feel valuable. I had spent months asking myself whether she would ever understand what she had done. Now I realized it didn't matter. Her understanding couldn't restore my trust. Her regret couldn't return my old life. Her apology couldn't bring back the man I used to be. But I didn't need any of those things anymore. I reached the corner and stopped. The city moved around me. Cars passed. People laughed. Someone hurried across the street carrying coffee. Everything looked ordinary. Yet I felt different. Free. For years, I had believed love meant holding on no matter how much it hurt. I finally understood that sometimes love means letting go. Not because you stopped caring. Because you finally started caring about yourself. I pulled out my phone. Daniel had sent me a message. "Did you survive the final meeting?" I smiled. I typed back, "Yes." Then another message appeared. "What now?" I looked ahead. For the first time, I didn't think about Claire. I didn't think about Ryan. I didn't think about the past. I thought about everything I had postponed. My business. My dreams. My future. I replied, "Now I live." I put my phone away and continued walking. The road ahead was uncertain, but it was mine. And for the first time in years, that was enough.